Hello again, wife of seriously injured worker Lauren Forbes, Christine Forbes here again. So what I thought I'd do with this little video here is a few of you had mentioned, getting your story out there, right? And how you might go about doing that. So this is what this one's for, pretty much, I guess. First and foremost, I know injured workers, especially seriously injured workers, money's tight. Um, it really is. It's worse than fucking welfare to get by on. So, your average little video camera, like webcam that you can get at Walmart or even like the Source or Future Shop or something like that, you can get a really cheap little like Logitech or an Ezonics kind of webcam with a microphone and piece for under $20. Might have to take away from something for that $20, but you can find webcams for your camera that come with little movie maker programs with them for under $20. And that's pretty much what I use. Actually, my very first video camera was a donation. And you know what? A lot of friends and family are very sympathetic, especially, they've seen you go through your trials and tribulations. There's maybe you got a friend or a family member that might have video camera webcams around. Ask, just don't be shy, right? Let them know what you want to do with it, and they'll lend you one. I know they will. Another way to go about doing that, though, if you don't want to get your face on there, there's a few other options too for the creative thinker. So, like Windows, Microsoft Windows, Macs, Vista, whatever your format that you're running, a lot of them come with a little like video impression or movie maker kind of thing with them. You can go on there and kind of play around with those a bit. They're fun. That's what I use a lot of the time for my music video ones that I do. But in those programs, if only you have is a microphone and earpiece, you can upload like pictures or whatever, or import, pardon me, pictures that you'd like to import, but you can record yourself while your pictures are up, so you can just record your story onto it rather than having your face on there. If all you've got to work with is just a little microphone. That a lot of the time is actually what Wayne Cody does for his videos. If you've ever had a chance to click on him in my favorite videos down at the bottom of the page, you'll notice him on there, and that's what he does. Is he kind of goes into his Microsoft movie maker kind of thing that comes with Microsoft, and he just uses a little microphone and he records, and then just maybe has one solid picture up there while he's talking, which is another very good option too. If you don't want to go media wise, like YouTube and Daily Motion and a few other things like that, thousands of free websites that you can use. Lots of seriously injured workers have their own website, that kind of shares their stories, and you can add a lot of things now to websites, like the free websites that you can get through, like Yahoo and Zoom Share and even MySpace. Actually, you can upload and add embedded little codes for YouTube videos and things like that, and you can post your story on there, which is always good, and you can link it through like Canadian Injured Workers Society, injured workers all across Canada, so on and so forth, to get your story shared that way. Websites, though, take a little bit of time and energy. You got to keep up with them and so on and so forth, but hey, small price to pay, right? So, and a lot of injured workers have a lot of time on their hands, so they don't mind dedicating the time. I got a lot of time on my hands these days too, so I don't mind, continually putting around with them and so on and so forth. If you don't want to do a website for yourself, a free website for yourself, or a blog, or whatever they call them these days, you can And just post your story on a lot of the seriously injured worker forums that are around here in Canada. Of course, the injured workers all across Canada, .ca there. There's a forum there. You can post your story there, and others will, converse with you there. Of course, there's the Canadian Injured Workers Community. Of course, they've got a forum there where you can share your story. Um, there's things like that John uses, like Craigslist and other things like that you can use to post your story. A lot of typing though. When you do things like that. So it's usually good to kind of maybe get yourself a little thing done up in like Adobe Page or Maker or like WordPad or whatever, and keep that file size so you can copy and paste it everywhere, which is usually, John's done a very good job of that. There's lots of free stuff out there for you to post your story. You got to work with your creativity and how you want to get your story out there. I find though this is probably one of the more mainstream ways to get your story out there and heard and seen. There's a face, and that's what people like. They can see, they can interact, they can see your emotion, they can feel how you're feeling, they can see your facial expressions and hear your tone, which is very helpful when people, like when I look at other videos, I feel sympathetic, right, more so than I would if I was maybe reading something, right? I can see their heartache, I can feel their emotion, it's a lot different than that, right? You can hear the little cracks in people's voices and stuff when they get emotional about things. So those are a few options there to get your seriously injured worker story out there on the World Wide Web. There's a few options. So you've got YouTube, which of course your main media. You've got your forums that you can use, your injured worker forums, and of course your free-based websites. So there's a few ideas for you to play with. Have a look around the web. There's a lot of different ideas that people use to get their story out there. Many make just even 30-second little whippets, and so on and so forth. But it's a way to get your creativity out there and to share your story. So hopefully this little video helped you with that. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them here. I have no problem. I will help you as best as I can. So thank you again for watching. You guys have an absolutely lovely day from the Forbes House.